Hey Jelly Beans, this is your girl Coco coming to do If Loving You Is Wrong review, season 2, episode 5. Um, named Marcie&Brad. Yeah, I'm stuck up in this corner. Yeah. Okay, when the first scene comes back to when Marcie and Alex was in the backyard. Alex was telling Randall, I hate you. You did this to me. Don't call me no more. You almost make me lose my husband. I hate you. Don't call me no more. So she turns around and who is there? Marcie. Marcie staring her down. So they stare at each other down. Alex looking scared to the mug. So all of a sudden, Marcie slaps Alex. Alex looking like, look at her like, girl, you just hit me. Marcie is like, get out of my yard and don't come over here again. So she just looking like, oh my God, you just slapped me. So Randall was like, Alex, just leave. So Alex leaves and Marcie was like, oh, so you her protector? You know what I mean? She just listens to everything you say. So they go in the house and Marcie and Randall gets to talking and Marcie is like, sign these papers. He's like, I'm not going to sign no papers. She says, sign the papers, Randall. I'm not going to sign those papers. Marcie, he trying to cry to her. So she's like, sign the papers. He was like, no, I'm not. And she was like, well, what happened to your boat? It's all tore up and everything. And what happened to the door? He said, Brad. She said, he did that? Yeah. It's all bullet holes in the fence? Yeah. He tried to kill me. Oh, he did he? Good, then I ain't got to. This bitch was gonna try to kill this nigga. Do you hear me? So, he still says he's not gonna sign the papers, and then she was like, he was like, no, and she was like, well, love is a behavior. And then she was asking him to repeat all the vows that he said to her. He did it, but he really didn't want to. He was trying to cry through him, like, you know what I mean? And she crying, you know how they go. Those sappy, hurt woman. I feel her, but damn. He did it, it's over. What you gonna do? You gonna stay with him or what you gonna do? Because I'm tired of seeing your face crying. You crying over this food, but you steady there with the food. So, then we get to Natalie and Lucius. Natalie looking for Lucius. Lucius outside drinking some coffee. She finds him. She goes out there. What the matter, baby? That's my kitty. That's my Gracie cat. So she goes out there and starts talking to Lucian, sitting down. Lucian hands her an envelope and says, open this. Natalie like, what is this? He was like, just open it. So she opened it. She sees $1,800. And she was like, oh, okay. That's great. And he tries to give it back, and he was like, no. Excuse me, yeah. He said, you can have that. I can wait the next couple weeks so I can pay my rent and, my bills and everything else when I get that check. So she was sitting there, and she was all geeked and happy and stuff. And now she wants him to come and move in and stuff. So he tells her, nah, we tried that, homie. That ain't what we about. That didn't work. That's not what we do. So she was like, it'd be much easier if you just move in here. Then later on we could get a house, for the kids and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. So he's sitting there pondering on the stairs. He don't, you know what I mean, because he going through some things with Eddie at work. So he don't know if he truly going to have a job or not. So then we see Alex and the kids sitting down eating breakfast and stuff like that. And she was asking the kids, are they all right and everything. And I hope you have a good day at school. And so the kids get to asking Alex, where's Dad at? You can't have nothing for no kids. Kids is too smart. They already know what's going on. Especially they was gone out the house that long or whatever. They know where you are. So the little boy, what's the little boy named? Peter. As my dad forgot to get my mitt or something like that. The next thing you know, here come Brad. He come in the house talking about, I ain't forget your mitt. He gave him the mitt and everything. So he asked Dad, Dad, are you guys fighting? Well, the little girl asked Dad, are you guys, what's her name, Paisley, asked Brad, is you and Mom fighting? He was like, why would you say that? He said, because you are awfully unhappy. So Brad, you know, he looked at Alex and like he was disappointed that the kids knew that, but kids ain't stupid. They know. They being new. You know what I mean? So they rushed them off to school. Say don't worry about it. Kids want to know if Daddy gonna be home when they get out of school. So Dad say he got a lot of work to do, so he might not be there. So they go on to school. So he come on back in the house. Well, he shut the door because the bus done honked the horn for them. He come on back in the house. He about to go upstairs. Alex asked him, well, so how are you? He ignored her ass and went on up the stairs. I got a suit laying out for you on the bed. We see him upstairs, go straight in the closet, get him something else. He ain't even touching this suit. Comes back down the stairs and she's just like, you want some breakfast or something? She's steady trying to talk to him. He comes downstairs with a different suit, shoes and everything. She try to ask him, where you been staying at? He goes straight out the door and ignore her ass. Shut the door, he gone. Okay, next we see the station. We at the station where Esperanza knows he ass asking Lucius what's going on, because they looking through the window in the captain's window and they see Randall down there with a lawyer and they talking. So Esperanza trying to figure out what's going on, and Lucius is like, I don't know. And what happened next? Some man named Steve walk up to Eddie, who's sitting over on the other side, and say, tells Eddie, I guess you can't, I know you can't guess who's here. He was like, I don't give a damn who's here. You know, with his old cocky motherfucking ass, like he don't care or whatever. So they both look towards the window, and he says Miguel Magato. What's his name? Miguel Magato, or whatever. And he look in the window, he see the lawyer and Randall in there talking to the captain or whatever. So basically Eddie, he gets scared. You know what I mean? He gets scared quick. So he look over to Lucius and he tell Lucius, I don't need to holler at you in the locker room right now. So they get up and they go in the locker room. Lucius is like, what, man? You know what I mean? What do you want? So he gets to tell him, you know what I mean, why is he here? He said, man, I told you. He know a lot of people. He know a lot of lawyers. He got a lot of pull. He gonna do what he can. I told you this was gonna happen. He was like, well, I need you to vouch for me. This is what you're gonna say. He tried to tell him what to say. He tells him that he tell him if he asks, this is what happened. Lucius like, man, I'm not lying for you. If he called me in that office, I'm going to tell him what happened. I'm not scared of you. You ain't putting no fear in my heart. Do you hear me? And Eddie is like begging and begging him, you know what I mean? Telling him, Lou this and Lou that. Oh, now I'm Lou. But at first I was a bitch and all this other shit, you know what I mean? So he said he gonna tell what happened, and that was the end of that. And next we see Brad at work. He's frustrated. He mad to the mug, so he goes in and he's looking around. He don't know what to do because, you know, he had people at the party there from his job. So they already know what's going on. So he goes in there, shuts the door, throws his little bag down, and knocks everything off the desk. Who gonna clean that shit up? You? So he sits down angry and he's just pondering, he's thinking and stuff. Next thing you know, he get a call from Eddie, and Eddie asks him, man, what you doing? How you doing? Where you at? And when you get off work, do you want to go have some drinks? He was like, yeah. And then he was like, where your cheating ass wife at? He was like, man, I don't even want to talk about her right now. He was like, man, I'm sorry still, because, you know, that stuff, it don't sit right with me. So let me know if you need anything, and I'm going to see you when we get off work. So Eddie and next thing you know, we see Eddie and Lucius, they taking a ride. Eddie was like, get in the car. Lucius was like, where we going? You know Lucius always gonna say where we going, because Eddie always got some kind of stupid pit stop he wanna make. Okay. So obviously he has somewhere stupid to go. And girl,
they know.
Then we see them pull up to Marcie and Randall's house. So they get out the car, and Lucius is standing outside. So Eddie go around back and he sneak in. he looking around the house, all suspicious, got his gun out, you know, looking around and stuff like that or whatever. So he go upstairs and get to the office. He looking around in the office, going in the drawers and stuff, you know, playing with the little computers and looking at the papers and stuff on the desk or whatever. So he hears something. So he goes and look around, got his little gun out, like somebody trying to come and get him when he in somebody else's crib. Okay. You know what I mean? Ain't supposed to have his punk ass in there. So he see Marcie in the bathtub, you know, with her little headphones on, just soaking and everything, just rubbing it down, you know what I mean? You said what?
Playing with herself.
She was not playing with herself. You could not see anything, but she looked like she was becoming one with herself. But she was in there getting ready for something later on. So, Randall pulls up from, I guess he done went to the store. What for? I don't know. He always went to the store, and I don't never see them eating or drinking nothing.
Okay, I ain't never seen them.
But he pulls up and he goes in and he sees
Nobody get hurt.
I really am trying to do a video. Randall pulls up with the groceries. He goes up. He see Lucius and them outside. Lucius outside, and he asked where his partner was. So he didn't say anything. First, he talking to Lucius. He's gonna ask him, "How you gonna let this man do this to me? See, y'all thought I was playing. I'm gonna make y'all gonna wish y'all didn't know me later on." So he blaming both of them basically, because he think Lucius can stop this fool, but this fool been doing it so long, so can't nobody stop that fool. You know what I mean? So he's like, Lucius telling him, man, just calm down. I'm working on something. He was like, oh, really? So where's your partner? Lucius didn't say nothing. So he automatically knew that he was up in the house somewhere. So Randall goes up in the house and he looking for Eddie. Run all up on the stairs and stuff.
You sit right around there?
Shut up! Excuse me. So he running up the stairs looking for Eddie and stuff like that. You still talking? I can hear you.
I didn't do it.
Oh my God.
So, Mama, then
See what I mean? This is the shit I'll be talking about. I'm trying to go to a quiet corner.
Try.
Jesus.
Can't go in the kitchen with fat black people.
You see how you still talking on my damn video? It's still going, Deanna.
You talking to us too.
I can talk, y'all can't. Oh my God. So he don't see him, but you know how Eddie is. He is like a master of disguise. He had already brought his punk ass downstairs and hid in the closet. So when Randall goes upstairs and start looking around, he come out the closet and they go on, get in the car, jump in the car, and they gone.
What did you tell Lucius before they got in the car?
They gone. So as Randall is standing there, you know, Lucy and them drove off. Randall's back downstairs in the kitchen. Next thing you know, here come Marcie downstairs. She got on a freakum dress, or you know, her little hoe skirt, or whatever you want to call her to have on, whatever she thought was looking good. So Randall looking at her like, bitch, where you going? You know what I mean? She was like, she about to go commit adultery. She about to go get a man. She about to go do the nasty. So she begins to, you know, play with his emotions. So he looking like, you're not going nowhere looking like no two-bit whore or whatever. She was like, yes, I am. I'm about to go find me a stranger, do something strange for a little piece of change. What you want me to do? Turn to a blonde or something like that? You got some condoms? He was like, no, I ain't got no condoms or whatever. She said she about to go make a mistake too. So that was the end of that. She done walked out the door. He done hollered, whatever, called her name. That was the end of it. Okay, Kelly gets home. She pulls up. She get out the car with some groceries. Like everybody got groceries. She get out the car with the groceries and start walking up to the house. Next thing you know, Marcie pulls up. Gets out and say, hey girl, how you doing? I'm ready to go out and find me a man. You want to go with me? She was like, no, girl. She said, I'm about to go find somebody to make love to me. So Kelly started laughing at her ass. If y'all hearing that noise right there, that is my washing machine. After my rude ass family went back upstairs. Kelly finally convinced her that she don't need to go do this. 2 wrongs don't make it right. You're gonna feel guilty and shameful. You don't need to do what he did. Don't let this turn you into somebody you're not. So she's like, well, I think you need to night out with the girls. Or let's go have some ice cream with the girls. Whoever the girls is supposed to be, since the girls didn't really give a damn about her in the first place. You know what I mean? They ain't been calling her. They ain't been trying to check up on her. Check up on it. So she convinced her to go to the ice cream burger fast or whatever the fuck the burger joint is called that Natalie worked at. So she said she's gonna call Esperanza and have her meet them there too. So we back at the burger joint. Joey comes in, tells his mama he got a job, starts showing telling her that it paid $15 an hour. They gonna give him 2 suits to start and all this or whatever. So Natalie and her homegirl, they laughing and talking about it's a scam. It's not a real job. It's just a scam. But you got to pay something to get this job, don't you? First he says no. And they was like, boy, stop lying. You got to pay something, don't you? He said, no, I just got to pay an application fee. She was like, so what, you came down here to get the money from me? He was like, yeah. She was like, boy, please find another job because that is a scheme. So as they talking to him, Marcie and Kelly walk in. And they sit down, but before they sit down, Marcie and Joey lock eyes, and they looking at each other all mesmerized and stuff like that. He looking at her like, damn, bitch, you coming around my way or something? And he was like, well, what is your name? She was like, Marcie. Because he was like, hi, I'm Joey. What's your name? And then she ushers him off out the door or whatever. She was like, ooh, your son is cute. She's like, I know, and off limits. She said, I know. So they sit down, they get to talking. So Esperanza comes in, they meet, they all sit down, they chill, get their little ice cream, get to talking, and you know what girls do. So Esperanza tells them about the lawyer that was in the station earlier with Randall talking to the captain. They was trying to figure out what it was for, and they don't know. And then she told them about as soon as they seen that the captain was in there talking to Randall and Miguel Mercado, that Eddie wanted to talk to Lucius in the back room, but she don't know what for. Then next thing you know, they got in the car and they left. So Marcie was like, this is all my fault and this and that, and I'm just gonna go and stuff like that. So she gets up and she leaves. Then we see Marcie. She done left, but she done left to go see Brad. We see her walk in and talk to Brad, and they both asking each other, did each other know? No. How could they do this? Marcie is like, she would have never cheated on him. And Brad was like, I would have never cheated on her either. And they was like, they pulled one over on both of us, basically all of them, because didn't nobody know. And he was like, so what are you going to do? She was like, I don't know. He said that he went to go see a lawyer, and she about to get served with some divorce papers. She said, well, I did the same thing. And they was like, okay. And then Marcie was like, I want to have sex with you. And he was like, okay. She was like, okay, just like that. He was like, yeah. He was like, when? She goes over to the desk. She was like, now. Okay, so he walks up on her, and they was about to get ready to do the do. And then it went off. That was If Loving You Was Wrong, Season 2, Episode 5, Marcie and Brad. And that was basically it. It was a little bit of nothing. I really didn't want to do this review because it took me a long time just to do it. But that was it. If Loving You Was Wrong, Season 2, Episode 5, Marcie and Brad.